Hey guys, welcome to Anime for Life, bringing you another episode of Koihime Musou, Tale of the Three Kingdoms. Now, the last episode was kind of fun because we walked in on Kanyu by accident, which for her didn't seem to matter much, surprisingly. Most girls would kick the crap out of somebody who walked in on her, but she didn't seem to care all that much, so yay for us. But aside from that, it also was more of a serious note, sorry. I swear I can talk. As well, because we also found out that we didn't finish off all the yellow turbans, and so we had to deal with them. And in the process of doing that, we found out that there was this girl, Chouun, who thought she could take on the entire army by herself, it would seem, and she's now run headfirst into this army, and it's now up to us to try and help her. And it would seem as though Kanyu's on the way to do that, but it's time to find out if she's able to make it there to save her, or if she's headed to a one-way street for the end. But that's what we'll find out today. So, let's get her started. Hey, give me a break. Lin, you need to stay by my side. You don't, then who will command the soldiers? Great way to open up, guys.
そんなのお兄ちゃんとシュリがすればいいのだ。それはダメだよ。兵隊さんたちはみんなリンリンちゃんにすごく強いってことを知ってるからついてきてくれるんだし。
Yeah, that's right too. I forgot we met this little girl too, Shuri. She's a strategist for all those who don't know.
まだ実績のない私が指揮しても。兵隊さんたちは納得してくれないと思う。
That's the same with me. Don't be sad about that, Shuri.
はい。そんなものなのかな。リンリンはお兄ちゃんがすごいってことも、シュリがすごいってことも知ってるのに。
I'm glad to hear you say that, but you're more amazing, Rin.
リンリン、すごいの
？Yes, you are. You're so cool. You're the best. Linden smiled happily at my praise. Linden proudly gave us her promise.
仕方ないのだ。お兄ちゃんとシュリはリンリンが守ってあげるのだ。
I'm counting on you.
頼りにされてあげるのだ。
Linden replied rather childishly. She was also charming and reassuring. Okay, let's deploy so we don't fall behind Aisha. The moment we signal her is crucial. So I'll leave that to you, Shuri. Is that okay?
はい、任せてください。
Okay, let's go.
みんな、出陣だよ。勇んで我に続くのだ。
The dark and writhing mass of yellow turbans shrouded the earth. One girl stared at that mass and curled her lips into a smile. Sorry if I'm kind of stuttering, guys. I'm a little tired. Recording this a little bit late.
なかなか勇壮だな。
Across from her marched an army of 25,000 bandits, which covered the entire battlefield. 25,000 against one girl with a spear. However, there was not a speck of fear in that girl's heart. All that lies in her heart is the joy of defeating those bandits, accompanied by gratitude for the opportunity to display her military prowess. To her, the sound of the yellow turbans' charge was the applause for leaving her mark on history. I hate those.
超シリー、今より歴史に向かい、この名を高らかに名乗り上げてみせよう。
In her hand she held her dear comrade, one she had spent every day and night with. Her hands were accustomed to it as if it was a part of her. By swinging her spear, she communicates with it. The pleasant sound of it dancing through the air was a proud display of her existence. As it slides through the air, it catches the sharp lighted sun and glitters as if it wore a cloak of light. When the Yellow Turban's vanguard caught sight of that glimmer, the pace slowed down a little.
たった一人を相手にひるみを見せるか。やはり卑族は卑族。群がらなければただのクズよ。
She sneered and pointed that tip of her spear at the rampaging herd. Didn't notice you sneer? Yellow Turbans picked up speed after being called trash and continued to charge, preparing to ruthlessly trample her underfoot. A cloud of dust rises in their wake and bolts out of the blue sky. The girl hid none of her discontent and furrowed her beautiful brows.
意を介さぬゲスどもが我が槍にひれ伏し青き空を汚した罪を詫びるがよい。
After shouting her derision, she readied her spear at her side and slowly lowered her hips. The air around the girl suddenly changed. The warm and comfortable breeze was now hot enough to burn the skin. A long breath escaped her luscious lips. Ooh, we're getting a little hot and steamy there. And all the air is out of her lungs.
定山の登り竜超支流悪逆無道の卑族より困窮する諸人を守るために貴様たちを討つ悪行を重ねるゲスどもよ我が槍を正義の鉄槌とくぐるよいざ参る
After heroically shouting her name, the girl readied her single spear against the wave of oncoming rebels and kicked off the ground. Her sleeves fluttered as she glided over the bumpy field like the wind. The difference in their forces was obvious. As the distance between them shortened into nothing, a vulgar war cry erupted around her. The long spear swung through the air, mowing down the Yellow Turban surrounding her and sending the black mass flying back.
恐れる者は背を向けろ恐れぬ者はかかってこい我が名は超支流一心これ刃なり
Her spear thrusts out with the ferocity of the blade, each thrust ending the lives of its other brothers and planting fear in the hearts of those who remain.
はいはいはいはい
It was like the dance of death. Her spear arced through the air, glittering as it stole the lives of those rebels. Despite her beauty, she crushed the rebels' souls with the harshness of her reaper. Some were fascinated by her beauty. Some were captivated by this angel of death. Her spear reaps the souls of the opposing rebels, painting death on the sky in the broad strokes of a great warrior. Every time the tip of her brush sparkled in the blue sky, a deep crimson string of blood became her paint and thick death of rebels in detail. Painted that right. There's only one of her, and she is a girl. What the heck are you doing? Surround her and kill her. By the time their leader shouted in irritation, dozens of his companions had already left this world. You can tell I'm tired, guys. Can't read properly at all. But
そうすればよいしなければ貴様らはただ無意に命を落とすだけだただしそうやすやすとできるとは思うな
the bravery cry impresses many. Her voice could even entrance an angel of death, easily causing those threatening to surround her to back away. Sometimes she jabbed them. Other times she mowed them down. With a flash of light, the bandits flew away like they were caught in a windstorm. Every time a flash of light arced through the air, a multitude of rebels trying to surround the girl became dozens of corpses piled around her. Its bodies continued to pile up into motionless heaps at her feet, so too did the resentment and obsession. The fence of rebel corpses around the girl began to interfere with the deadly dance. She clicked her tongue as she began to feel the strain of trying to swing the spear in the narrowing foothold. Good, keep it up, and continue until she can't move anymore. Their leader issued his command, ignoring the value of their lives, and the rebels, mad with the receiving blood, carried it out without hesitation. Her merciless spear drank the blood and turned the mad, raging rebels into a fence of corpses. The Her voice was starting to sound annoyed. She couldn't help it. The abominable wall of rebel corpses had piled up to her waist. She was literally knee-deep in the corpses. While she soon loses the ability to move and come under attack from those rebels, she became impatient and irritated. The premonition of death rises with her chagrin. She tried to shake off the thought running through her head and shouted to steady her wavering attitude. Then her spear danced through the air with another glitter of death. However, as expected, the flash starts to lose its sharpness, and shadows are now discernible on the tip of the spear. The girl was well aware of that. However, she continued to fight to protect her pride as a warrior. However, the end was already near. Bloodthirsty animals are about to descend on the lone girl when... The beautiful, dignified voice resounded across the wild battlefield. A small squad of soldiers appeared from behind, and with a brave cry, rushed in to save the girl from danger. The rebels nearly began to flee at the appearance of a new army. The girl seized that moment to regain her stance. She tilted her head in suspicion as the soldiers intruded upon her stage and charged into the enemy. The two were back to back. Their voices rang out like a proclamation of death to the bandits. The two of them matched their pace, covering each other's openings as they danced, spraying the rebels' blood everywhere. Each time the crescent blade split the air, a rebel's head bounced away like a ball. And each time, the blades of Chouun's spear flashed like lightning. A guttural moan and a spray of blood arced through the air. It was a living hell for the bandits. Piles upon piles of bandit corpses knelt before the mere two girls. The girls ridiculed the bandits and cut them down one by one. They were truly like fierce gods of war. The overwhelming bandits began to show fear in the face of these twin incarnations. Although the battlefield was filled with madness, they still feared to challenge them and lose their lives for nothing. The bandits surrounded the two fierce gods. They were too afraid to move in closer. Aisha readied her green dragon crescent blade and looked around through the corner of her eyes. That's when the signal from the main unit rang out over the battlefield.
うに黄金島の先陣も続いてきてますよ。
Good. The plan is working so far. Okay, Lin. Now it's time to move out as planned.
任せるのだ。総員戦闘配置。
At Linen's command, the soldiers got up and ran towards their stations.
突出してくる敵を囲んでボコボコにやっつけちゃうのだ。みんなリンリンに続け。
Linen ran out in the lead. The soldiers followed her towards the yellow turbans with a war cry. And now our battle has begun. Yeah, let's skip them. They're all pretty much generally the same guys.
コウソンさんの軍はまだ現れないのか？わかり
ません。もう頃合いですけど、将軍がどう動くのか。
Just as Shuri was trying to weave a response for Aisha, a soldier interrupted. A cloud of dust and cavalry on the white horse have been spotted behind the enemy.
旗は
Kosen, it's our reinforcements.
よし。
やったー、アイシャさん。
ああ、今こそ攻勢に移ろう。コウソンさんの軍と呼応して敵を攻撃するぞ。
突撃、粉砕、勝利なのだ。
全軍突撃。
With Kosansen's army attacking the yellow turbans from behind, the deadlock suddenly turned in our favor. Shuri and the others didn't let this chance escape. They issued commands to our defending troops and quickly turned the tables on the enemy. Their skill was wonderful to watch. As might be expected, only Kanyu, Chohi, Shukatsuru, and Chouun could have done it. I'm a little disappointed with myself as a man for not being able to do anything. Anyway, I left Kosansen's army in charge of clearing up the rest of the fleeing yellow turbans, and called out to Chouun as she returned to with Aisha. Good work! Are you injured?
これは本郷殿、お気遣いかたじけない。幸いに怪我はありません。
Sorry guys. Got a bit of a scratchy throat. I'm glad, but that was reckless of you, Chouun-san.
あれぐらい無茶の範疇には入らないでしょ。それより、なぜ私の名を？
Kosansen told me. She told me you became an artillery general. That's how you say it?
まさにその通り。ですが、残念ながら白慶殿を主とすることはもはやないでしょうな。そうなのか？ああ、決して無能ではないが、乱世を制し、民を守る王にはなれんだろう。勇気はあるが、英雄としての資質が足りなさすぎる。
口が悪いのだ。
なーに、事実を言ったまでだ。まあ、この大陸で英雄としての資質を持つ者は数人だろうがな。
そうなんですか？それって。
まずは義の曹操だ。あれほど優位の人材を愛し、そしてうまく使える人間はそうそうおらん。
他には？
呉の孫権だな。まあ先代の孫作に比べるといくらか保守的ではあるが、それでも器は先代よりも上であろう。かの者が英雄としての資質を目覚めさせたならば、これは案外侮れん存在であろうな。あと一人、我らのご主人様に決まっている。そうだな。天の御使いとして優秀全域にその名声を轟かしている本郷殿、あなただ。
Me?
何を驚いていらっしゃるのです。宅県での前世、そして撃破した黄金島は数知れず、民草がご主人様を良き支配者と称えるのは当たり前のことです。
That's all thanks to you and Linden.
古の政権、行、春、それに大祖劉邦。そのどれもが本質的に善人であり、家臣を上手に使ったために英雄となった人物です。だからご主人様もきっと英雄になれ
Me? Becoming a hero, huh? Still don't feel like I can be, but I am happy to have Aisha and the others stamp of approval. That'd be great. By the way, what are you gonna do now, Chouun-san? Are you gonna go back to Kosan-san?
戻るはずがありませんな。私はしばし大陸を歩き、使えるに足る英雄が他にいないか見て歩こうかと考えている。英雄ならば、お主の目の前にいるではないか。確かに。
Chouun looked at me and smiled. If you'll acknowledge me, Chouun-san, then I'd like you to join us.
ありがたきお言葉。しかし、一度言ったことだ。それを覆したくはない。
意外と強情なのだ。
そうだな。自分でもこの性格を持て余してはいるが、やはり使える人物は我が目で確かめたいのだ。それに、私にはまだ知らなければならぬことがある。この大陸が今どんな状況で、そしてこの先どうなっていくのかを。そうか。残念だ。関羽殿に背中を守られて戦ったことは我が誇りだ。私もだ。お主のような者と共に戦えて嬉しかった。また会えるな。ああ、約束しよう。もっとも。
Chouun looked at me as she spoke.
案外早いかもしれんがな。
そうだと嬉しいのだ。
Subtle hints.
そうですね。チョウンさんの戦いぶりはすごかったです。一緒に戦えればいいのに。
ありがとう。だがここは意地を通させてくれ。すまん。
No need to apologize. How about this? If you haven't found a good person to serve at the end of your travels, why don't you come back to us? We'll be waiting. Always.
ああ、その時にはぜひ。
Chouun firmly nodded.
では、さらばだ。
Her beautiful hair swayed as she turned her back to us and left.
残念でしたね。
I know, but we couldn't stop her. One day, she's sure to come back to us. I'll believe in that and wait for her.
ほう、えらくご就寝なさる。
Huh? Oh, is that how it seemed?
少しだけ。
またアイシャがやきもち焼いてる。
やきもちなどではない。断じてないぞ。
アイシャさん、お顔が真っ赤です。
シュリまでそういうことを言うのか。何度でも言うが、そもそもどうして私がやきもちなど。
We pulled through the fierce battles and further deepened our bonds. As I have listened to their chat, I began to think about our future. Hey, look at that. We've got another home base. Let's go count you first. What happened was completely unexpected. Early this morning, a group of people broke into the palace looking for something to eat. When I heard the news, my sleepiness was completely blown away. I found out what happened long after things were back under control. According to the story, the riot ended when Aisha arrived on the scene and scared off the mobsters with a display of force. The attendant told me this story as she woke up, happily boasting about Aisha's achievements. Honestly, I couldn't smile about it. I think Aisha did her best to take care of the situation. I was impressed that she made all of them leave without hurting any of them. I also knew that we didn't have much food left in the palace. Still, I couldn't help but worry. They knew there was food in this palace and came willingly to fight for it. Why couldn't we save them? If I can't help those people, how can I stop this violence? My brain was about to boil. pushed aside my state affairs for later and went outside after finishing my breakfast. I heaved a deep sigh and scratched my head in frustration. I need to change my mood. Everyone trusts me as their ruler. I understand that in my head. I knew I needed to go back to my room, but instead I headed toward the stone staircase leading to the top of the palace hall. I thought I might be able to see traces of the riot that happened this morning. Yeah. My voice really is croaky, guys. I sluggishly climbed up the stairs and felt the wind on my forehead when I reached the top.
おや？誰かと思えば、ご主人様ではありませんか。
Aisha. Aisha looked at me as she stood on the rampart, holding her hair with her hand to keep it from flopping in the wind. Today is a windy day.
そうですね。すみません。ご主人様のお耳には入れないように申し付けておいたのですが。
I haven't said anything yet.
ですが、そのことが心にあるのでしょう。
I give up. You're so good. She read my mind so easily that I had to choke to hide my disturbance.
独断での処理です。ご不満があれば、叱責は甘んじて受けましょう。
I have no reason to blame you. I think you did a good job.
ですが、ご主人様は納得していらっしゃらないのでは？
It's not that I'm unhappy with your decision, Aisha. You did what was right as someone responsible for ruling a nation. I truly do think that.
自らの正しさを信じなければ何もできやしませんから。
Yes, you're strong.
ご主人様。
As I sighed, I let out my true feelings. Aisha, people like you are meant to be leaders. My outlook is just average. I can't digest something like this. I say that I was sent from heaven to save this world. I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm losing my confidence day by day.
ご主人様、今朝方のことは、
It's not just about this morning. So many people are rebelling and starting riots all over this continent. I just can't see the future. I don't know what I should do or what I can do.
ご主人様。
Ouch!
何を弱気になっているのです。自らの器を定めてしまうのも、未来に絶望するのも、まだ早いですよ。ご主人様は、この大陸に平和をと願う幾千、幾万の民の悲願を成就されるお方。私の見立てに間違いはありません。
Are you sure?
もちろんですよ。
When you say that, it helps me feel a little more confident. Sorry for me for the compliments.
弱音を吐きたくなる気持ちはよくわかります。ですが、ご主人様のそばには私たちが常に共にあります。どうかお心を強く持ってください。
You're right. I'm sorry I said that. Please forget what I just told you.
忘れません。
She replied with a stern voice. She wasn't trying to tease me. She was smiling at me.
今、目にしたご主人様の苦悩は、私にとって喜ばしいものでしたから。ご主人様は、やはり弱きを思いやり、正しきを尊ばれるお方です。
I'm not that great.
私の信頼を捧げるに値する、この世でただ一人のお方ですよ。
Aisha.
どうかそのお心のままに、行くべき道を私たちにお示しください。どこまでもお供いたしますから。
Thank you. I'm counting on you.
ええ、存分に当てにしてください。
She chuckles.
では、私は仕事に戻ります。ご主人様もあまりおサボりにならないようにお願いしますよ。
After adding that little lecture, she lightly turned and walked away. I have to work hard. Just saying that's not enough. I want to meet their expectations. I want to answer Aisha and everyone else's deep faith in me. So that's Kanyu's. Who should we do first? Let's go logical order. What a beautiful day it is. The sky looks so vast. You can hear children playing innocently everywhere. I'm glad that people are enjoying the peace we won, but I can't enjoy the peace completely. That's because 5 scary-looking guards with spears follow me everywhere. Is that the new lord? He's younger than I thought. You could only hear the sounds of children from far away. The citizens all kept their distances too. Do you need anything? Yeah, sorry. Guards chased him away. It's a little suffocating to have them overprotect me like this. Lash was only thinking of my safety when she placed those guards around me, so I couldn't just tell them to go back. You don't need to be so unfriendly. They didn't do anything. I understand the sentiments and want to behold your countenance, but if you allow even one to, then the matter will become uncontrollable. Please forgive us. Am I some idol? Huh? No, nothing. The guards are faithful to the job they're assigned and devoted to protect me. I've already learned that they won't chat with me. I secretly sighed. Maybe we can finish patrolling quickly and go back to the castle. I'm sure the others are on patrol, should be coming back soon. My lord, please step back. Huh? His voice was tense. I heard the clatter of the spears being readied and looked in the direction where they pointed their spears. A familiar voice called out from the dust cloud, and I cracked a smile. I told the overwary guards it was Linlin. Chouun was assigned to guard the south gate, was she not? The guard's serious inquiry was drowned out by her loud cry. Yo. She greeted me using my style, but she didn't raise her hand up like I usually do. No, I found it. I told her to come along and she came. The group of kids who looked like her followers came running up behind her. Yeah, she's cute. She proudly showed me the chow chow in her hands. The cute dog looked like a ball of fur with its tongue sticking out. Chouun, what about the south gate? Well, that's true. She must have been eating some good stuff. She's chubby. Linlin, switch with me. I want to hold her too. I found her. Maybe she wants you to let go of her. Didn't actually seem that way. I petted the fluffy dog as she licked Linlin's cheek. See? She doesn't like you. That's right. She was wagging her tail the whole time. How dare you talk to the magistrate that way? Maybe she's happy that you played with her. That's good. She was such a friendly dog. Maybe she's like Linlin. The way she looks happy when I rub her head reminds me of how Linlin gets. We're so much alike. Linlin and the dog rubbed their cheeks together like a mother and daughter. I bet she wants to play. Once I laughed, the guards behind me joined in. Maybe it isn't an exaggeration to say she's surrendered. I can feel her respect towards you by the way she's attached to you. Maybe. The world may be vast, but I think you're the only one who could win a serious game of chase with a dog.
ものなのだ。リンリン、追っかけっこはちょっとしたものだよ。
Oh, look. The doggy's praising you too, Lin Lin.
降参したこいつはリンリンの部下だから当たり前なのだ。コリン。リンリンの子分だからコリンって名前にする。
That's a perfect name. That's so true. Lin Lin called out Corin's name over and over as she spun around. Watched over her with a smile.
そういえばリンリン、お腹が空いてたのだ。
Ah, she stopped. She suddenly pursed her lips, but then she was smiling again. Facial muscles must get a workout.
リンリン、コリンとご飯食べてくる。お兄ちゃんも行こう。肉まん。
I want to, but I glanced to the guards behind me. I have to think about my position. Too old to get away with doing that with what Lin Lin does. I can't. I have to finish my patrol.
見回りなんてつまんない？それよりリンリンとコリンと遊んだ方がずっと楽しいのだ。
I was starting to feel tempted, but then the image of a beautiful woman with black hair who was always frowning formed in my head. No, it's an important job. Are you sure you don't need to? You'd better patrol your area, or Aisha will be angry.
大丈夫。アイシャはワンちゃんが大好きなのだ。
That's not the problem.
そうだ、アイシャにも見せてあげに行く？ご飯食べた後で。
I'm telling you, I'm not.
アイシャを探せ！行くぞー！
Yeah! Lin Lin turned around with the kids, carrying the dog with the flag, and I stopped myself. I was stuck in a hard spot.
私を探す？その必要はない。
Ah, I'm glad I didn't take that first step.
リンリンが消えたとの報告を受けて慌てて探してみれば、自らの務めを放り出して何をしている。
アイシャだ！見て、ワンちゃん！
お前の任務は難問の警護であって犬を構うことではない。
Lin Lin hit her face with the dog she was trying to show Aisha and quickly slid backwards. Aisha mercilessly followed through.
今がどういう時期か分かっているのか？私たちの戦いは終わりではない。これから始まるんだ。
わかってるのだ。そんなに怒らなくても。
お前はもはや一軍を預かる将だぞ。兵の前でそのような振る舞い。来んじゃない！少しは自覚しろと言っているんだ。
今言ったのリンリンじゃ。
私たちの誓いを忘れたのか？太平の世界はまだ遠い。気を抜いている暇などはないんだぞ。
Aisha was quite angry. Lin Lin continued to shrink before her. I hope she doesn't disappear. Now, Aisha. Why don't you let her go with that for now?
ご主人様、そのように甘やかしてはリンリンがますます調子に。
Lin Lin feels terrible too, right?
反省してるのだ。
She bowed her head in apology, and I placed my hand on top. Now, if I bow too...
わかりました。以後、このようなことのないようにな。
Aisha won't refuse my appeal. I took advantage of that to smooth things over.
はーい。リンリン親衛隊集合！
Yeah! When did they become royal guards? There were more kids popping up from everywhere, in addition to the ones who were already behind Lin Lin.
リンリンはこれからお仕事をしてくるから、その間みんなでコリンを預かってるように。
What's with your work, General?
みんなの町を守るお仕事なのだ。
Lin Lin knows her place well, but because she's so young, her innocence tends to show at times. Make sure you count me in when you're done, okay?
にゃ？
Walked up behind her and tapped her head. You're done with our work. Let's finish up, okay? Meet up here in the evening. Lilin was already turning around, and that's good. Lilin should be smiling.
では、私はこれで。しっかりな、リンリン。
I just smiled as well. I knew it. Lilin had the power to make everyone feel warm inside. Oh yeah, that's right too. We only get the choice to do 2. Well, I guess we're gonna have to check out Shikatsuru next time. During the previous battle, we eliminated most of the Yellow Turbans in Musou. As a result, one city after another have come to seeking our protection. Now over half of all Yuzu had joined our side. I'm glad that we've become so adored, but my responsibility has grown even greater with the additional people we have to protect now. It's your personal virtue. That's what Aisha kept telling me. No offense to her, I was feeling the pressure. However, everyone is counting on me, so I can't disappoint them. Anyway, I now govern more than half of Yuzu, which meant I had to start looking at foreign affairs as well as internal issues. Still wasn't used to doing my job. Shooting, who had already established her role firmly as my strategist, gave me suggestions, and now he had spies dispatched to work upon me. While all of that was still going on, a major incident shook the entire continent. Emperor Ling, the emperor of the Han Dynasty, passed away. The emperor was a ruler who appointed both generals and magistrates for the entire land, making him the most important person on this continent. He ruled the entire country, so while it was no surprise or regret with the news, it should not have been such a major incident. The major incident was actually the coup d'etat which took place following Emperor Ling's death. Emperor Ling passed away without naming a successor, so the imperial court began to compete for the succession to the throne. On one side was Emperor He, another one successor, Prince Bian, and a brother, He Zheng, the commander-in-chief. The other side was Prince Bian's half-brother, Lu Zi, Emperor Ling's mother, Empress Dong, and several of Emperor Ling's eunuchs who served him in the inner palace. So I'm not pronouncing any of these right, am I? The two factions clashed, trying to seize Emperor Ling's throne. For a while, the Heijin faction rose to predominance, and Prince Bian became an unthroned emperor. However, the eunuchs and Lu Zi's faction came to fear retribution from Heijin, so they had him assassinated. Thereafter, the eunuchs called him Chutaku, who had been summoned to the capital from Ningzhou by Heijin to supply their military strength and protect them. However, since the eunuchs had no means to protect themselves, Chutaku, the hero of the West, was not about to be used to protect their women. With a large military force behind them, they overthrew the unthroned emperor. Chutaku stole the throne of Musou, declaring herself the Chancellor of State and monopolizing the imperial throne. With the imperial court under the reign of fear and violence, it split into two new factions: a faction who catered to Chutaku, and a faction who opposed her. The conflict began to spread, and sparks of rebellion erupted all over the continent. Reports of this were coming in from all directions. Finally, a group of rulers allied to overthrow Chutaku. A messenger from Anshao came all the way to our leader commander Musou, requesting participants in the alliance. I hate that bitch. So, anyway, what should we do?
どうしようではありません。黄巾の乱で疲弊した人民が董卓の暴政に苦しんでいるのです。これを放ってはおけないでしょう。そう
なのだ。リンリンは連合に参加したいのだ。
If you're wondering why I said I hate that bitch when I mentioned Anshao, you'll know. So, you two agreed to join, huh? What about you, Shitty?
難しいかもしれません。
何を言う。私とリンリン、それに首里の力を合わせれば董卓の軍勢など。
違うんです。そういうことじゃなくて。どういうことなのだ？諸侯の連合、仮にそれを反董卓連合として、その連合に参加している諸侯は 曹操さん、孫権さん、袁紹さんとかですけど、この人たちの国はみんな軍事力も経済力も飛び抜けて高いんです。だけど私たちにはそのどちらもありません。兵隊さんも少ないですし、税収だって。そんな中を無理して連合に参加するよりも、この乱の後のことを考えた方がいいと思うんです。
What do you mean by after the revolt?
連合側が勝っても董卓側が勝っても、漢王朝は疲弊して力を失うでしょう。そうなれば大陸は群雄割拠の時代に入るってことです。
Indeed, those with the strong sense of independence aren't going to follow some powerless dynasty after all. It's highly likely.
はい。そうなった場合、おそらく多くの諸侯は領土拡大のための戦を始めるでしょう。そうなると、軍備や経済力の弱い国からどんどん併存されていきます。それを防ぐためにも、今は国力の充実が先決だと思うんですけど。
She has a point.
それは確かにそうですが。
でも、困っている人を捨てておけないのだ。やっぱりそうだよね。
The three of them were caught in the dilemma between reality and idealism. I looked straight at them. Why don't we join them? I gave them my decision. Shitty certainly does have a point. Realistically speaking, I think it's better to follow her suggestion. However, I don't think that's the right thing to do. What is happening on this continent right now? What are those rulers thinking? How will they take action? I don't think we'll be able to understand any of that without actually meeting those rulers and speaking to them. Also, this might be a good opportunity for us. The four of us can't protect the city and its people on our own forever. Don't you think it's a good idea to take this opportunity to speak with those prominent rulers and form a cooperative relationship?
そうですね。責められないために仲良しさんになるっていうの、いい方法だと思います。
Right. Besides, we have to. We can't just ignore the suffering masses. I don't want to become that heartless. I don't expect us to be able to save everyone. If our strength can help any of them, then I want to help those who can. I want to lend them our strength, so that the people of the capital can spend their days smiling like ours do.
さすがです。さすが、私のご主人様です。やっぱり
お兄ちゃんは偉いのだ。
Thanks. I really shouldn't say things like that, really.
助けたいですか？苦しんでいる人たちを。
Yeah. When I was thrown into this unknown world, the people protected and supported me. I want to help in return.
わかりました。ご主人様がそうおっしゃるのなら、私は力の限りそれを助けるだけです。
そうです。私もシュリと同じ気持ちです。
リンリンもなのだ。
Thank you. I was truly grateful for my comrades.
それでは連合に参加するのはいいとして、軍編成についてですけど、アイシャさんとリンリンちゃん、それに私とご主人様は参加しなくちゃダメだと思うんです。
無論だな。しかし守りはどうする？
誰かに任せちゃうしかないのだ。そうですね。最近頑張ってくれている美塾さんと美穂さんっていう姉妹にお任せしましょうか。
美穂か。大丈夫なのか？
それなりに祭りごとにも精通していますし、軍を率いる才能もそれなりにありますから、それなりに大丈夫だと思います。
まあ、シュリがそういうのならば信じよう。
Something wrong with Biho? Nope.
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが。
Twitchy fingers.
何か気に入らない。いえ、やはり何でもありません。気にしないでください。それより連合に参加した後のことですが。
Yeah. What happens after that?
戦うだけなのだ。
That's right.
そうですね。けどその前に面通しがあって、それから軍議でしょう。その時に私たちの部署も決められると思います。
I see. Since our strategy will be discussed then, please begin preparations for the campaign.
お任せください。よーし、リンリンも張り切って準備しちゃうもんね。
張り切りすぎて打棒を忘れんようにな。
It's actually good advice in Linlin's case.
二人ともリンリンをバカにしてひどいのだ。
After our peaceful conversation, we all headed to our posts to begin preparations for the campaign.
大陸に割拠する諸侯が連合を組んだようよ。
Well, I think I'll leave it there for tonight, guys, because I'm pretty darn tired. And we all have been seeing how well my reading ability has been tonight. So, yeah, we'll leave it off with a nice cliffhanger with the introduction of a new character here, Kaku. So yeah, look forward to another episode coming up. Hopefully it won't be too long. Hopefully I will be able to read a lot better in this coming episode, and it won't have such a croaky voice. But yeah, for those who are new to this series, I have the other episodes up. You can find them in my channel. And if you liked what you see, hit like and subscribe to see more of this content coming up. I'm always playing visual novels, my first-person shooters, whatever. I'm always playing stuff. So hit me up a message on what you want to see, and I may just find it and put it up for you. But yeah, until next time, keep enjoying anime, and anime for life.